Hello, it's Lauren Blundell from laurenblundell.com. I hope you're well. This is a training on boundaries. So let's get stuck in. So boundaries. Many people believe that boundaries are for other people, which is incorrect. Boundaries are actually for you. They're for us. They are designed so you do not fall out of alignment with yourself. So you feel appreciated, loved, safe, respected within your relationship. So please always remember this. Boundaries aren't for others, they're for you. So how do you know what your boundaries are? I mean, we don't get taught what our boundaries are. So some people are just very, very good at communicating their truth and teaching people how to treat them properly. And that's purely the underlying reason why we have boundaries. They're for teaching people how to treat us, right? So think about a time when someone has hurt you or done you wrong. What happened in that situation, in that event? And how did it make you feel? Chances are they overstepped a boundary with you. So for example, you feel used by someone. So what happened to make you feel this way? Just say, in this example, they took advantage of your kindness, of your generosity. In what way? The person kept asking for money from you. What would you have liked to have happened instead? The person pay you back before asking for more money. What was your role in this, right? So if you don't voice that person has to pay you back before they can loan any more money or have any more money from you, that is your responsibility, yeah? So your role in this is that you did not communicate an agreement for paying you back and future loans, right? So what's the boundary in this situation? You do not continuously loan people money to people without being paid back. And when this happens, you feel used and you do not like to feel used or unappreciated. And that's what potentially this person would be feeling. They'd be feeling used, unappreciated, disrespected, and like that person is just kind of walking all over them because they just keep on coming back and asking for more money without giving anything in return. So every relationship that we have is a bit of give and take. It's cyclical. It's making each other feel respected and understood and seen and heard. And this is where boundaries come into play. Boundaries ensure that you stay aligned with yourself, and boundaries ensure that you in your relationship, I mean, obviously I always talk to intimate relationships, but this is the same with parent to child relationship, friendships, work, colleagues, business partners. It's every relationships as a whole. You need to know what your boundaries are, and you need to have the confidence within yourself to voice your boundaries to the people who are potentially overstepping them, because really they're not wanting to really do you any harm. And people are generally good at their core. They're not wanting to upset you. But if you don't voice what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in your relationships, they're going to keep on doing the same thing and just showing up as themselves. And it's quite immature and to sit there and assume that people should know how to treat you. No. I think that gets us in a lot of hot water. It gets us in a lot of sticky situation, and it really makes you a victim in every situation. You really need to take responsibility for your own equilibrium, for your own harmony and peace, and ensure that your boundaries are being communicated to your partner. So another way of finding out what your boundaries are is to think about all the feelings you want to feel in your relationship. So for example, you want to feel loved, you want to feel respected, connected, and understood. So any behavior or words that do not make you feel any of these above emotions are a boundary that you do not want to be crossed. So just say respected. If someone cheated on you, you wouldn't feel respected. So cheating in a relationship is a boundary. Yeah. If you get ignored in a relationship, that is a boundary. It's a red flag as well. There are also boundaries. And if you voice your boundaries to someone and they do not take it on and do not respect you or value you enough to actually change behavior, so then you can feel safe and connected and valued within the relationship, then this relationship is not right for you. Yeah. And it is up to you then to take the responsibility to then do what you need to do to move into a relationship where you are valued, where you are respected, where you are wanted. So now it's your turn. Do some boundary hunting. So remember a time or times when you felt someone was not treating you how you would like to be treated. And write down all the scenarios and go through the 2 processes that I've just given you above. It's really that simple. So here are some examples and things that I want you to consider. So firstly, communication. So how do you like to be communicated with? If you do not like to be called names, this is a boundary that needs to be put in place. Personally, I'm a very sensitive person. I don't respond well to really harsh communication. I don't respond well to someone nitpicking at me and belittling me. And I just love to be communicated to in a really loving, calm way. So people get the best out of me who understand that. But it's up to me to communicate that to people, that I don't do yelling, I don't do screaming, and I don't do you tearing each other down and saying nasty words to each other. That's just not, I don't play that game. That's not the type of relationship I want to create. So if you want me to listen and change my behavior, then I need to be communicated to with love and respect. That's my boundary. So the next one is sex. What are some hard no's in the bedroom? So how do you feel if your partner sleeps with you, then leaves soon after? That is a boundary as well. I hate it when my partner is like, okay, like this is all done, and goes to the shower, or gets a text message and then he's like instantly on his phone, or wants to then go for a surf straight after. Oh my gosh, I hate it. Makes me feel like I've been used. And so it's up to me to explain this to my partner, that I really love to have some time after sex, aftercare. The aftercare after love making is so important, and is just as important as the foreplay. So playing and jokes. This I think is very important, because we all joke with our partners, but sometimes joking can just take another form. And I know that this has happened with friends of mine, where we joke, but really we're taking stabs at each other. And the reason we're taking stabs at each other is because there's resentment in the friendship and unresolved issues. And that's a really dangerous game to play, okay? So what is acceptable in relationship when playing with your partner? So sometimes you may share a joke with your partner in private, to notice that they use it in public to make you the joker, or make you the source of entertainment, just say at a dinner party or a different social gathering. And you may find it acceptable to have these inside jokes just with your partner, but it really doesn't feel good when they bring it out into the social scene and use you as kind of a scapegoat for entertainment and to make them look better. How do you feel in that kind of situation? And is that a boundary for you? I know it would be definitely a boundary for me. So arguments, how do you want to argue with your beloved? Super important. Is screaming and yelling acceptable? Is arguing in front of the children or in public acceptable as well? What are your boundaries around disagreements? Because let's be honest, you're never going to have a relationship where you don't disagree with your partner. It's just never going to happen. And some of the most healthy relationships go through a lot of disagreements, because they're calling each other forward to be their best selves. And it's okay to have opinions, but screaming at someone and yelling at someone and belittling someone so then they succumb to your opinion is not healthy for a relationship. Other boundaries to consider. So your personal space and time to self. So this is quite important. At the time that I'm recording this training, we are currently experiencing the coronavirus pandemic, and we're all in lockdown and having to stay home for extended periods of time. So it can be a little trickier and a little more challenging to find time for yourself, given that we're supposed to be inside all the time, and you may be married, you may have children as well, so there's a lot of little people running around the house. So expressing your boundaries around how much time you need for yourself, so then you can do the things that you need to fill your own cup, and whether that is having a bath or reading a book or just having some time to yourself. It's very important now more than ever to really hold strong and hold true to your boundaries around your personal space and around the time that you commit to yourself. So what are your boundaries around cheating and flirting? Your energy and how much you give to others. This is very important. Lots of people are very kind, very, very generous, very giving to their friends and their family. But where do you draw the line? Yeah, so you might notice people in your life who are very victim and sit in their victim and blame the world for all their troubles. And they will literally complain to anyone who will listen to them about their issues and their problems. And that's okay to an extent, but then there comes a time where you need to draw a line and voice your boundary and just gently, with love, explain that you can't be the soundboard for them anymore, and really they need to go take action for their own results in their life. And the last one is your money and how generous you are. So given the example I said at the beginning of the training, yeah, how much money do you give away money? Are you generous with your money? What's your boundary with your money? Very important. So how to express a boundary? I've written some examples here. So you can say, I really need 30 minutes to myself when I come home this evening. It is important to me that we do not yell and scream at each other during a disagreement. I feel like we do not respect each other. I want to create a safe space in my relationship, so I will never tolerate cheating or lying. I understand that you do not like my work colleagues. It is really important that you do come with me to some work events. I would love that you come to one every couple of months. That particular boundary also is showing emotional attunement to your partner. So for whatever reason, your partner might not want to come with you and doesn't gel with your work colleagues, you're not dragging them along and saying that they have to come to every single event. If you know that they really just don't enjoy spending their time with your work colleagues, they don't have to enjoy your work colleagues just because that's your place and choice to work. So this really shows emotional attunement, that you understand that they don't like them, but it's really important to you that they do come. So maybe we can compromise here and you come only once every couple of months. That little script there, I understand, but this is important, so here's a compromise. That'll get you a lot further in your relationship than demanding that they need to come to every single event that your work throws. I do not feel comfortable to bring a third person into our bedroom and have a threesome. So always remember that your tone of voice and body language have a large impact on how your words will be received. So it's not just choosing the right words, like how comfortable, and this is important to me, but also your tonality is so important, and your body language as well. Always have your body language open and always have your tone calm, and have fun with this. These aren't serious things they're not serious conversations that you need to be having. It's just, this is how it is. And when you love yourself so deeply, voicing your boundaries is so easy. So I'll tell you a story. Maybe like a month ago, something happened in my relationship, and it had really to do with my current partner and his ex-wife. And she was causing a bit of drama, and I noticed that he was getting sucked into the drama, and it was really affecting him, and he was really worried that about a few different things. And I said to him just straight out, said, look, I don't do drama. Like I have no place in this. I have no interest in it. I just, there's, to me, it's very immature to be dramatic like this and to bring drama into someone's life like this. Like I seek risk, fun, enjoyment, challenge, adventure in more empowering and resourceful ways than watching my partner, have a meltdown over certain things. And I just straight out said to him, look, it's not going to cut it for me. And he gets it. And I've never had an issue with the ex again. She's never reared her little head. And I just voiced my opinion and my boundary there. Like, I'm not getting sucked into this immaturity. And yeah, I was very proud of myself for doing that. I mean, it's not the type of relationship that I want to create with my partner. So I wouldn't allow that type of behavior into my relationship. And there you go. I'm pretty sure that is the end. I hope you enjoyed the training, and I'll see you soon. Bye.